If ChatGPT can teach you anything in seconds, why would anyone pay for an online course today? OpenAI just released this massive research report that blew my mind. Nearly 133 million people are using ChatGPT today to learn new skills every single week. That's 1 in 5 prompts asking ChatGPT for how-to advice or online tutoring. Today I'm going to break down what the data actually says, how AI is shaping online learning, and what you can do as a course creator to not only survive in this new environment, but to actually win in the next evolution of online education. So we all know the stats. We all know that everyone's using ChatGPT today to rewrite their emails, to answer basic questions, but nearly 10% of the global population is using ChatGPT every single week, with 700 million active users, which means about 133 million of them are using it to learn. What's even crazier is that the young generation are the ones that are using it the most. The same generation that's been driving the rise of online education over the past 5 years is now using ChatGPT and AI platforms to actually learn new skills. And it makes sense because it's personalized, it's actionable, and it's immediate. You no longer have to buy a course and sift through hours and hours of content to get a basic question answered. You can simply ask ChatGPT, how can I fix my lighting issue within CapCut? And so that's what makes it a real threat for creators today. If AI can provide instant personalized advice, then what's left for you? The good news is I think there are 4 key things that creators can still use today to differentiate their content, to make their online courses stand out, and to add value to the learner's experience so that they can differentiate their course from the ChatGPTs of the world. The first is trust and curation. Yes, AI can give you 20 different ways to solve a problem, but the question is, which one is most effective? And that's where a creator can actually add value. You're not just answering a basic question, you're saying, based on my experience, this is the way that I have seen get the best results for this. Let's take an example. Let's take my favorite motion designer, Jake Bartlett, that teaches people After Effects and motion design. Jake doesn't teach his students all the different ways to use a preset. He tells them exactly his way of using a preset. And so he's using his 20 years of experience to give people that transformation. They don't want the basic question. They want the secret sauce. They want, how does Jake actually do this? How does Jake actually transform his animations? So the other thing that AI can't replace is your personal stories and your lived experience. Let's take one of my favorite watercolorists, Omar Wynn. She not only teaches people the basics of watercoloring and how to solve very common issues like watercoloring art looking very dull. She answers all those things, yes, but she also brings her own personal stories and lived experience into every one of her classes. And so she's talking about how she addresses perfectionism. She talks about her overcoming her own fear and self-doubt. Those things, those lived experiences, her personal stories from her 30+ years of watercoloring, that's what connects her to her audience. And so those things AI cannot replace. The next one is community. Everyone knows learning with AI, learning from a chatbot is extremely boring. Yes, you can make it sound friendly, but at the end of the day, you're still talking to a robot. And so community elements where people can learn alongside other people, they can share their work, ask questions. Those are the types of learning experiences and environments that really keep people connected, that keep them engaged. And so I've been working a lot with my clients on bringing more of those community elements to their pre-recorded courses to add that additional value that AI can't replicate. And lastly, it's insights and trends. AI can tell you how to use CapCut, but it struggles with nuance. It struggles with telling you what's the editing style that's trending on TikTok or on YouTube. How do you use the latest cinematic look to make your videos really pop? That's something that AI is still struggling with, that you can bring your own style to your courses. Here's the thing, AI can give people information. We know that, but it can't give people transformation. It can't give people a unique learning experience. And that's where creators can still win, when they can leverage their own expertise, their own special workflows for using a tool, their own lived experience, bringing community into their courses, and bringing their own insights, their own styles, their own trends to their courses to really differentiate them from the basic ChatGPT answers. So lastly, I think there are a few ways that creators can use AI to differentiate their content, to stand out, and to actually solve one of the biggest issues with online education today, and that's engagement. Let's be honest, historically, engagement with online courses has been absolutely terrible. Most online courses have completion rates of less than 15%. That means if 100 people are taking your course, only 15 are actually completing it. Most students never see the transformation that they were actually sold. But I think that's the opportunity for creators today. They can actually use AI to solve that problem. So here are 3 ways that I think creators can use AI to actually deliver on the transformation that they're selling their audience. First, I think it's using AI for that free info layer to bring new audiences to your orbit. Let's look at an example. Let's take Mimi from Mimi Moo Illustration. And so she built this awesome tool that's Mimi's drawing idea generator. She uses her own ideas that she then fed into ChatGPT and made this very simple basic wrapper so that people can get very creative, simple prompts for their next drawing project. So this is great. This is getting thousands a month of new visitors coming into Mimi's orbit that then will feed to her online courses later. Second, you can layer AI into your learning experience to boost engagement and to help people troubleshoot some of those basic problems. One of the best examples I've seen of this recently is from Bonnie Christine with her immersion course. She now offers an AI study buddy that is trained on her entire course that can answer basic problems for her students as they're learning surface pattern design. So they're answering those problems that usually would hold them back, that would stop them from learning, that would maybe make them shut their computer and walk away. And this is one of the best ways that course creators can actually use AI today. Create these AI-assisted study buddies, train them up on your own ways of learning so that people can get the Jake Bartlett ChatGPT to help them with After Effects as they're going through your tutorial content. And lastly, it's human-led transformation. And so when you're including things like coaching and community and personalized feedback within your course to stand out and differentiate, that's great. There's statistics that already show that courses with community elements have completion rates of upwards of 70% versus 15% stats we talked about earlier. But that's a very time-consuming thing. And I see a lot of creators that I work with hesitant to include community elements because of the time it takes them. But here's where AI can actually help. You can use AI to automate some of those repetitive things that are time consuming. Things like reminders, prompting them with basic exercise prompts. So you can focus on the high impact work like mentoring them, guiding them, coaching them so that they can actually see the transformation that you saw when you were learning this skill. So that's how I think we fix this broken promise of online education today and use AI to assist the content and make it that much stronger so that people are much more likely to achieve that transformative experience that they were excited about when they bought your course. So I don't think AI is killing online courses. I actually just think it's killing bad online courses. It's up to creators to differentiate themselves with their personal stories, their lived experience, their unique workflows, including community elements and accountability elements within their online courses. And it's also up to creators to leverage AI to strengthen their course experience, to use AI as an assistant within their courses so that people can actually achieve that transformation that they came in for. So thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe if you want to learn more about how to win in the next evolution of online education. And I'll see you on the next one.